Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We want to bring others with us. What's popping? What's going on? Did you guys see the RKelly? Surviving RKelly Part 2. What is going on? Dame Dash is up in the video. He's flexing, and basically I think he's going to make sure people know that RKelly was connected to Jay-Z. I know that is coming very soon, but I only seen Part 1 and Part 2. I can't believe what is going on. I mean, like, this documentary was crazy. Like, it was like RKelly could have been stopped so many years ago. I mean, like, he could have really been stopped so many years ago. So many people dropped the ball. Like, everybody dropped the ball when it came to RKelly and the situation that went down. Over 30 years of what he was doing, there could have been less victims if people would have stood up. But you're talking about a time of money. Hey, what's up there? What's going on, Tony? What's going on? 2 Point, what's good with you? I mean, it's just so crazy with the RKelly documentary. I was just like, wow. Like, it was just so much happening and so much going on. And then RKelly and his brothers getting on and telling their story and telling, you know, what went down back then between them. Happy New Year's to you, Tony. What's going on? How you doing? It's just like a really just a crazy situation. And like, he got away with so much for so long. Jive record company, the record labels, people that was involved with RKelly, they knew what was up. They knew the deal. They knew what was going on. And it's like they tried to hide it. And people was like hiding it, aiding and abetting RKelly. We're talking about record execs. We're talking about record labels. You know, basically because he was the cash cow. He was bringing the money in. So you know what? Who cares if he does this, if he does that? He has them problems, you know, basically going after children and just being, you know, crazy. For real. Like, it's a situation. They knew, but they wanted that money. I mean, for real, forever, they wanted that money. And then one of the guys Jimmy that used to work for, you know, Jive Records, he was told to go on the streets and get rid of the tapes and get rid of the stuff. Like, this is just so crazy. So much could have been done. You know, there was nobody there to protect them girls. Some of the girls, their parents were, you know, MIA. It was just what it was. And it was in a poor black community with poor black females. And basically, it was like wreak havoc, do what you want to do because you're bringing in millions and millions of dollars. This is just like the situation when you have serial killers killing black women or young black women killing black women. You know what happens to the serial killer? He gets away with it for decades and after decades because no one cares about what happens to black females and black women. They don't care. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's 2020. We made it, baby. We doing it. And you know what? It's just a really, I mean, I'm blaming everybody. Let me tell you, like, they keep showing RKelly music teacher, but she knew that he was a molester and she was cool with it. Nobody reported him. Everybody knew. Like, damn, like, if you know somebody's out here doing what RKelly's doing and the whole community knew, he was showing up to the, you know, high school, chilling outside with the girls, going inside the high school, talking to his old teachers, you know, the principal, the police knew who RKelly was, pulling up in his Ford truck. Like, what's going on? Like, it was just like, and all these people, I can't even believe the people got the nerve to sit on this documentary series, the people that was complicit, the people that worked for him, you know, his band manager, his road manager, his engineer, all these people got a lot of nerve to sit here and act like they didn't know what was going on. Oh, and then at the end of the day, they know what's going on. Like, come on now, you want to say something? You want to say something in 2019? What about 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. What's going on? Like, yo, they all guilty. Yes, Miss Lakers, they are all guilty, for real. I was like, I only got to part 2. I'm just like, yo, this is just ridiculous. I mean, RKelly got away with murder because he was putting money in people's pocket that wasn't black. He was putting money in the record labels pockets, and that was it. I mean, they ate it and abetted him. How they knew he was paying off them settlements. They knew he had settlements. He was paying this person and paying that person. Innocent person ain't gonna settle with you no matter what, because you know what? They got their pride, they got their ego, and they got their reputation and what they represent. So therefore, we going to court, baby. And then we had some fugazi attorney coming through, and oh my goodness, I mean, like, just terrible. And it wasn't a secret. Everybody knew what was going on. People knew what them girls was. People knew that he was chilling with them girls. Girls was around him 24/7, 7 days a week. He always had an entourage of young girls, and they knew it since the freaking 90s. And people watching, people was like, oh, look at RKelly. Kelly. Like, it's so wrong, because you know what? Them abused children, they end up either being abused or, you know, just having a horrible life. And then when you report something, nobody cares. Like, that's crazy. So, but we got Bruce. This is RKelly's older brother. He's in the building. And basically, it's so sad. It's just so sad, Tony, for real. It's so sad, because it's like, damn, these children don't have nobody to protect them. Everybody knew what was going on, but you know what was more important to them was the money, and being under RKelly, having fun with RKelly, chilling with RKelly, drinking, smoking, dancing, all that was fun. Having, you know, nice cars and going to the red carpet. That's what they cared about, you know. And it's sad, because that's what society is built on, is just money, just having money. Oh, if you got money, you this, you got money, you that. Like, it's so much more to life than just money. Having you know, respect, being an honorable person, you know, doing the right thing, and actually having goals, and having morals, and having respect for yourself and others, and having respect for the universe, and just, you know, carrying yourself at, you know, better than, you know, the most nastiest, terrible, low down, dirty person. It's just like, you know, everybody put so much, and not everybody, I'm not talking about my peoples, put emphasis on having money. Yeah, we need money to live, but it's, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. A child is worth more than a piece of paper. For real. Forever. They always in it for the money. You are right, forever. Because if you know what he was doing to other girls, what makes you think he won't do it to you? If he did it once, he would do it again. Amen. And that's why when you put something, when someone does something to you, you can't let them get away with it, because they're going to end up victimizing somebody else. And especially when it comes down to abuse and molestation. That is the song Abilities for Everyone was all the money, because he wrote songs for everyone. That's true. He wrote songs he wrote hits. He wrote Grammy award-winning songs, and that's what it was. They didn't care about them girls. And them girls wasn't the right color either. So we have, you know, Bruce. Bruce is basically, you know, he's talking about, you know, growing up with RKelly. And, you know, his brother, and he's talking about his other brother, Carey. And basically, he was talking about they moved out of the projects. And once they moved out of the projects, they moved to 164-5 East 79th Street or something like that. And it was a house that everybody lived in. The grandmother, the auntie, the sisters, the cousins, the brothers, the nephews. Everybody lived in the same house. And basically, they were able to flourish and grow in this neighborhood, because it wasn't a high crime neighborhood. And basically, he explains, you know, RKelly being, you know, molested. And then, you know, RKelly gets, you know, paying for, you know, doing the settlements with these young girls and paying them off and giving them money and treating them like objects, you know. And basically no self-worth. It's because, you know, when he was a child, he was molested by one of his neighbors, and his name was Henry. And Henry was a 60-year-old man that lived across the street from them or next door to them. And basically, with this situation, he saw the Kelly brothers, the Kell brothers, you know, doing music and practicing. That's when they got the drum set, the keyboard, and whatever else the mom was able to give them. And this 60-year-old man molested RKelly and tried, and he exposed himself to RKelly and his brother, Carey. And also, while this situation was going on, you know, the three brothers went to go visit Henry, chill up in his house, because Henry was buying them toys, buying them stuff, and helping them and doing all types of stuff for them or whatever. But basically he was a predator, just like RKelly does. He buys stuff and, you know, basically do things for these ladies, give them nice places to stay, give them shoes, bags, cords, and all this other stuff. And basically RKelly was groomed by his 60-year-old neighbor, which his name was Henry. And he exposed himself to the brothers. And then he used to take RKelly into the bushes and he violated RKelly. RKelly came home and told his mother what went down and what happened. And then the neighborhood people came around and they beat up Henry. And, you know, he got locked up. And then he paid the mother $50,000. Hey, how you doing, Townsend? I'm doing good. How are you? So Henry paid 50,000. No, I said 50. I'm thinking big money, huh? $5,000. Paid RKelly's mother $5,000 not to press charges. And the mother took the money. So that right there set everything forth for RKelly to end up the way that he is too as well. He could have did better. He could have got help. But RKelly was molested by this 60-year-old man, and he told his mother. The mother called the cops. The guy, Henry, paid RKelly's mother $5,000 not to press charges. She took the money, and that sent a message to RKelly that money is worth everything. Money is power. Money is, you can have a little boy, you can hurt a little boy, and his parents and everybody could know. And as long as you got that bread, as long as you got that cheddar, as long as you got them bucks, you can get free. Happy New Year's to you too, Tony. So I'm just like, damn, like that's so freaking crazy. Like, so you can see where all this is kind of like beginning, because, you know, when you're a child and you go to your parents and you tell them somebody touched you and violated you, and then on top of that, you know, they call the police, but then when that person's never prosecuted, that person is never charged, and you know your mother took the $5,000, that means you ain't really worth nothing. There's no self-worth. You know, this guy got away with victimizing me. And then on top of that, RKelly and his brothers were both molested too as well by a relative, a babysitter, a woman in the family, and nobody did anything about it. Bruce was molested. He cried because he was molested by the same woman, and she was young. She was around their age, and, you know, Kels was molested too by her. And then Bruce and Carey, they were all molested by this young girl that was around their age, and nothing ever happened to the girl. And, you know, and then Bruce said that RKelly enjoyed it, because now RKelly has a whole warped mind of sex. He's been molested by a 60-year-old man. Now he's being molested by a family member, somebody in the house, someone that's babysitting and watching them. And she's, you know, she's probably like 15. I think she was like 15 or 16. And so no justice, nothing happened. No one said it was wrong. No one protected him or them. So therefore, it set the tone, it set the path for RKelly to be the way that he is. And then on top of that, he got fame and fortune. So now he knows that you can buy anybody. Anybody can be brought. It don't matter. People don't value life and human people. What they value is the almighty dollar. So I was just like, damn. This is just so crazy. So his mother took that $5,000. I don't care how desperate, I don't care how poor, I don't care how broke you is. You don't sell your kid up the river and let that man get away with it, and, you know, and your son get no help. RKelly got no help. His brothers got no help. None of them got no help. It's a very, you know, terrible ending to a story. Just like Bruce said in the documentary, that, you know, RKelly was scared to come outside. He was scared to be around people. He was always timid. He was always afraid. And then on top of that, you know, he had a disability too as well. And he was like, you know, we came from nothing, and now he's back to nothing, because RKelly really has nothing no more. He said RKelly can't hide in music no more. He can't hide no more. He can't hide behind writing music. He can't do that no more. And it was just like, damn. he was like, for him to make that 360 all the way around and be in the where he's at, he can't handle prison. And the way he's describing RKelly is like RKelly might, get the sheets while he's locked up and tie them sheets up, It's just terrible. Miss Lakers, his song, okay, Forever. And yeah, his money, but it wasn't worth leaving your family being treated as if you wasn't a human just for something to happen, for real. I mean, I'm telling you, Tony Skits is a situation out here in Miss Lakers, but the thing they didn't realize that no matter how many settlements you pay off, that is not going to get the problem. RKelly, he's mental issues, and they didn't care. They just wanted him free. Yep, they wanted him free for real. Tony, the mother should have been ashamed of herself. Lord have mercy. Show. I know, because especially back in that time, the poverty, and it wasn't easy, and the racism too as well. But still, you don't front on your kid like that. You don't let no man get away. And the kid still lived there, and the man still probably lived across the street. So when they go back and forth, they got to see that man, and that man is walking up and down the street that violated, RKelly, and then on top of that, exposed himself to his little brothers. Just a crazy situation. Then this is where Bruce describes that when RKelly came out with 12 Play, that he will point to the poster and say, oh, that dude Kells is a mess, that dude Kells is crazy, that dude Kells got this, basically referring to himself in the picture as a third person taking on another personality. And so that's so great that you said that, Miss Laker. Mental issues, because this young man had a disability. He couldn't read, he was scared, he was ashamed, and he was molested from the age of 8 to 14. What went on with RKelly. And so now you're getting this type of person, with this type of mindset and issue, never got no help, nobody protected him, and now he has became a monster. Townsend, wow, this doesn't make no sense. So that's why he did things to little girls. Yes. And then, it's also talked about that he does have a lover that is also a male, and his lover was exposed online. This was a couple of months ago. She was a poor excuse of a mother. It was just terrible to do something like that. Yeah, man. And then, them kids was still out there playing, the probably nightmares they had and shit that was happening, and knowing nothing, that man was walking free. Anything can happen. She sold her kids for $5,000. That was around $20,000 back then, but the mother sold her son. Basically, she took the money and let that man run free. Didn't care if he did it to anybody else, as long as she got that money. And then on top of that, she didn't give RKelly any help or the boys. There was a whole lot going on with this situation. This was a terrible, terrible story. Terrible story. And this is what we get today, is the RKelly that we get today. He was taught at a young age, $5,000 can get you freedom. Point blank. Hey, Phil Bosch, what's going on? What's popping with you, baby? Absolutely terrible. Yes, Tony Skits, terrible. Ridiculous. And then you got K. Michelle. RKelly is disgusting. We're just talking about his childhood. His mother selling him for $5,000. And then, $5,000 and not prosecuting the guy that was molesting her son. And then we got, K. Michelle. She had a little piece in the documentary that she was living with RKelly for a little bit. She was like, she didn't want to put her foot on the fire. She didn't want to lie on the sword. She didn't want to do that. She was like, all these parents are letting him be with all these kids, and these kids are coming around, and this is not my fault, K. Michelle, you should have just kept it cool. You should have just, stay clear of the situation. You said too much and you did too much. And it's just, okay, just because the parents are doing it and the parents are allowing the kids to go over there, it's okay for you to see and for you to know what's going on and knowing that it's wrong, and you're going to turn a blind eye to it because you didn't want to lose your career, because you didn't want to fall on the sword. Shit. Let somebody do some shit like that at my job. I'm snitching all day. If I don't jump in and handle you myself, I'm calling the police. I'm calling everybody. You are not going to get away with molesting a child and a kid in front of me, or me knowing and turning a blind eye to it for $1, because I don't value money like that. I value myself. I value my mind. I value my soul, where I couldn't live with myself and think that, okay, since nobody else ain't gonna say nothing, I'm gonna let them molest some kids. Are you kidding me? K. Michelle, get up out of here with this crap. I'm like, what? You should have just stayed. You should have just stayed somewhere. You should have just stayed somewhere else. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, R. Kelly's bogus as hell, and he deserves to rot in jail for the rest of his life. Well, he's going to. There's no way he's going to get out. But we're just talking about the backstory, how he was created. And he was created because of greed. And he knew that greed would pay for all his devilish and sadomasochist, sexual appetite. And you already know, like, he had to have all types of crazy envisions and stuff of, just having intercourse, because he's dealing with a male and then he's dealing with a female, and, a lot of people say that R. Kelly is, bisexual. But this is some crazy shit. I lost a lot of respect for K. Michelle. I'm telling you, like, girl, you should have just stayed silent. You should have just stayed silent, K. Michelle, and just let it be. Phil, I don't know how to get out of that first trial like that. Yes, it was insane. Oh, because, he paid off a lot of victims too as well, and he was still popping. So he had Jive Records helping him, and he had a lot of fans too, and he had a lot of people supporting him, and a lot of people didn't want to face the facts that he was doing what he was doing with children. And then on top of that, he was probably involved with more richer, people of elite status that are in the underworld that we don't know about, because, his older brother, no, his youngest brother, Carey, said that he got a videotape of R. Kelly doing some things with young girls, and they were Caucasian girls too as well, and R. Kelly destroyed that videotape. So he had a lot of connection at that time too, and he had power, he had money, and he had the fortune. I was just, and it was like he got out of that first case because, what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. So we got Faith Rodgers. She's telling her story that she caught herpes, but she didn't say it on the documentary yet because I only watched 1 and 2. So, she's talking about the abuse that she received with R. Kelly was just crazy. Basically, but she was an adult when she met R. Kelly. I believe that she was an adult when she met R. Kelly, and she was threatened. People made fun of her. Nudes was posted of her. She was threatened not to say anything. People came after her mother, her father. Her father is a pastor. And basically, she got caught up with R. Kelly. She got caught up in that limelight. She got caught up in all that, because right now people just base everything on materialistic things that you can't take with you. You can have money, but you can't die with your money. You can't bring your money with you. So why do you value money so much? People value money way too much, and fame and success. All you have to know is that you're successful and you are somebody, and then you could be all right. But she hooked up with R. Kelly, and her life went downhill. Her life went downhill for messing with R. Kelly. But it seems like she has a strong family that's going to actually try to is trying to help her and support her get through the situation. But there's a lot of negative things that's been said about Faith. There's a lot of blogs and a lot of things that saying that she's a con artist, she's this, she's that, or whatever the case is. They talk about her badly, and they just say that she's a gold digger and she's just mad because R. Kelly left her. Whatever the case is, you don't deserve herpes. If somebody has herpes, they shouldn't give it to you. Allegedly, that's allegedly what was said. Allegedly, that's what she said. And allegedly, he took pictures of her and recorded her without her permission too as well, and that's not right. Could you imagine you getting down doing what you doing and somebody record you and don't tell you, and then people are watching it? That ain't right. That ain't right at all. But Faith, Faith, she got caught up. Faith got caught up, but she did want to sue R. Kelly and come after him and everything else like that. But and then she said R. Kelly people was chasing her down, trying to meet her at the Applebee's, and they was going to expose her. And then he had women working for him too as well. We all know the story that R. Kelly didn't do this alone. He had people working with him, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. And basically she wanted to press charges against him, and she did press charges against him and all that other good stuff. She tried to press charges against him, and basically she wanted to sue him too as well. And I don't know how that case is going to go with. I don't think that case is going to go anywhere with her and R. Kelly, because basically it's her word against his word. And at the time she was a consenting adult. I believe she was an adult at the time. And, he mistreated her and he dogged her out. And that's what he did. I am not saying that R. Kelly was not wrong, but he would not be able to do what he did if these parents kept control of their children or not trying to sell their children for fame to R. Kelly. That's why K. Michelle's career has been over, Miss Laker. Oh, yes. The parents, some of the parents, and the first part of the documentary, Faith parents was there and it was around, but I guess Faith was lying to the parents, basically not being truthful to them, being honest with them, because they told her not to mess with R. Kelly, don't do anything with R. Kelly. R. Kelly's not the type of person you want to be with, and it is what it is. And we got Gloria, Gloria's up here, and she's defending the victim, but come on, Gloria, why would anybody pick Gloria to be their lawyer when she's actually out here, defending other sex offenders? She's fighting against a sex offender, but she's defending one. Like, it doesn't make any sense. She's defending Harvey Weinstein. Like, Gloria Outridge is actually Harvey Weinstein attorney too as well. She helped Harvey Weinstein get off, but yet now she is convicting. Now she's trying to have a case go against R. Kelly, but yet she's defending Harvey Weinstein. Like, to me, she's just a money grabber. And Jim, this is a reporter, and basically he's been following the case for almost 30 years, and he said that he's been threatened and stuff like that, or whatever the case is. It's like, damn, they let R. Kelly go around threatening people, reporters, publishers, and all types of people. He got away with it. I was like, damn. He was really in the pocket. He really had it going on, because they didn't give a damn what he was doing. And these ladies, they've been through some shit, regardless if they were old. Some of them were older at the time, but this lady right here, I think her name is Leslie. Leslie is a trip, and Leslie, she believes R. Kelly is innocent. She believes that all these ladies are lying on R. Kelly. I was like, OMG, like, she ain't playing around. She's talking about but she testified against R. Kelly, so it don't make any sense if you think that he's innocent. No, her name is Jen. Oh my goodness. Jen said all these ladies out here are just, they're just mad because R. Kelly didn't help their career. R. Kelly didn't help them. And she used to work for R. Kelly too as well. She worked for R. Kelly from 1999 to 2007. She said all these women were, basically trying to get something out of R. Kelly, and if R. Kelly didn't give it to them, then they would go cry foul. And she said she's never seen R. Kelly do anything wrong. She never seen him, do anything at all to anybody, and she never saw anything appropriate, and she loved R. Kelly, and she still does. I was like, Jen don't give a shit. But Gloria is no good. She is old news. Yeah, but she's trying to keep herself in this situation. And Jen, basically, she testified against R. Kelly in his first trial, basically saying the girl on the tape, which is Sparkle's niece, and she talked about Sparkle's niece being at the house, R. Kelly buying her cars, his father being, Sparkle's father being R. Kelly's drummer, and the mother and the father of Sparkle's niece that was there. They all knew what was going on, and they didn't say anything. They was there 24/7 with Sparkle's niece. She said the mother and the father was always at R. Kelly's house, where they were recording, they was doing music. The parents was there. She lived in the garage and everything. everything. And also, that's the Sparkle is allegedly has supposed to got $2 million from Sparkle's niece allegedly got $2 million from RKelly, the family, and everything else. So basically, she's saying that they're calling foul. She's calling everybody foul. They are only taking down our brothers. They're taking down, of course they're going to take only take down the black guys. It's quick, fast, and easy to take down the black guys too as well. But RKelly is a guy that needed to be off the streets. RKelly didn't get help. RKelly didn't do what he was supposed to do, and the people that were supposed to be around him didn't do their part too as well. Didn't do their due diligence that well, because you know he shouldn't have been able to continue to do this to these young girls. And it's just, you know, they're not gonna, just like it is what it is. Like when it comes to crack, you'll get 40 years when you selling crack, and you got cocaine, that's a white collar drug, you might get a month. It's just what, like Harvey Weinstein and the rest of them dudes and Jeffrey Epstein and all of them is getting away with it, have got away with it. It's just a damn shame. But she believes, Miss Jen over here believes, everybody is lying on RKelly, and she's never seen anything. But she said when she was asked to take the stand and they asked her who's that girl in the tape, she identified it as being Sparkle's niece, and she's not too sure if it was RKelly, but she said it looked like RKelly. But she said that she felt like it was two consenting adults doing their thing. I was like, if that was your daughter, would you believe it's two consenting adults? If your daughter was having intercourse with an older man and she was under the age, would you consider that, you know, consensual? So this lady is like lost. She's on a whole new level. We got Damon Dash basically talking about, you know, Aaliyah and how he loved Aaliyah and how Aaliyah showed him how to love too as well. And then on top of that, you know, he wanted to attack RKelly, but, you know, he just didn't do it because Aaliyah just said, basically, I just want him to stay away from me. I don't want him around me, or whatever the case is with that. And he, you know, he knew what was up, but I think he's going to take this shot towards Jay-Z, talking about the situation. Jerhonda Pace, she said she's been threatened. She had a suicide pact. I was like, damn, he got the most vulnerable girls, the girls that didn't have families, the girls that was getting abused at home, the girls that had parents that were on drugs, and the parents that just wasn't nowhere around. Oh no, this is Lindsey. It's Lindsey. Jen is the other one. Jen and Lindsey are sisters. So the other lady I just showed is Jen, and this is Lindsey. And Lindsey is another person. She's the one that got her sister Jennifer hired, and Lindsey is the one that's basically saying that everyone's liars too. They both agree that all the women that are coming towards RKelly are the same women that they seen in the past that were desperate, wanting money, and wanted to take from RKelly. And when he couldn't fulfill their dreams, that, you know, they would, you know, claim something. They would claim he did this, he did that. So basically, you know, he got two Caucasian women basically out here, you know, swanging and banging for him. Basically, I mean, they got the nerve to get on TV and say this. Lord have mercy. I was like, oh my goodness. Do they have any children? They have any daughters? Like, you know. And I guess they don't understand, like, a child cannot consent because they don't understand yet. Their brain is not fully developed yet. They don't know what's going on. Not like a grown person, a person that's been through there and back. Even though RKelly has been through, you know, a lot when it comes to, you know, and this is Lindsey right here with RKelly. She said he never did nothing to her or her sister, and she's never seen anything inappropriate at all, and everything was copacetic, and all the girls that was around, their parents was there, especially Sparkle's parents. And she said basically it was a money grab. That's how Lindsey feels. And Damon Dash is just upset that he didn't get a chance to put his hands on RKelly. And then RKelly, you know, he get arrested, you know, not too long ago in 2019, with his charges being 10 counts of felony sexual assault too as well. And, you know, right now he's still behind bars. He's still locked up. And they found another videotape with an underage girl. So right now they got him behind bars on that situation. But RKelly has said that he is innocent, and his attorneys keep saying that he is innocent. Hey, Mike Carter, what's going on? Phil Bosch, Miss Lakers, I agree with that. They were making too much money to really care which is a damn shame. With some, and then this is the teacher, Lena. She knew from document number 1 that R. Kelly was coming up to the high school, and she would tell R. Kelly, "You don't supposed to be around here. You know, kids going here." She knew that he was out here, you know, dealing with the girls and then picking up the girls in school after he done graduate. No, he didn't graduate, but after he done left school, and you know, got his record contract or whatever, and he would come to the school and chill, and she would say, "R. Kelly, leave the little girls alone. They're too young for you." But she didn't report. She didn't call. She didn't tell the police. The police station was right across the street. And she's the same girl. She's the same girl with Tiffany. She was Tiffany's teachers too as well. We're gonna meet Tiffany in a few. Tiffany Hawkins is the first accuser from the 90s. Tiffany Hawkins. She was also Tiffany Hawkins' teacher too as well. It was like no one cared what R. Kelly was doing to these girls. No one cared at all. It's just like, oh man, like what's going on? Like they didn't even care. She was his teacher. She knew what was up. She pulled R. Kelly to the side, but no one stopped him. No one thought that the girls were valuable enough to stop them. All they seen was the dollar signs. And money is not that important. Protecting your children, protecting your community, protecting your people is more important than a dollar bill, because look at the devastation he has left behind. These girls' lives are ruined. And hopefully, you know, they're better mothers than their mothers and their fathers was to them, because it's just a travesty that he got away with it so long. And then on top of that, he recruited the girls that he, you know, had relationship like Tiffany and Jovette. They recruited other girls, like, and they was committing crimes too. Jovante and Tiffany, they was recruiting girls too as well. Tiffany, you know, R. Kelly act like she was his girlfriend, his wife. He didn't touch her until after 7 months, and she would bring friends over, and everybody that worked for R. Kelly seen these girls. They knew that these girls were girls. They knew that they wasn't 20. They wasn't even 16 at the time. They were around 15, 14, and 13. And like their parents didn't even care where they was. Sometimes they would disappear for weeks. It's like, damn, could we bring the parents back on something too as well, and then get their parents? Like, it's just a whole messed up system. And then you talk about R. Kelly's mother. She sold R. Kelly for $5,000. Let his you know, person that abused him, that molested him, get away with it. You know, it's just a crazy situation. And this is Jim Pratt. He's talking now. You know, he got a lot to say about R. Kelly, but he knew what was going on. He knew what was happening. He didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He was security. He was carrying the heat. He was the big man. They didn't care. They did not care. And they have the nerve to get on TV and tell us this bullshit fugazi story. Demetrius Smith, he didn't care. He knew what was going on too as well. The money, the alcohol, the drugs, the sex, and everything else was so much more important than these girls. Because evidently we already know that their parents ain't nowhere around. This is Tiffany Hawkins. She's the first person that brought a legal case against R. Kelly. And R. Kelly had sex. She was the first one, and she was the first one to actually bring, you know, a case against him. But she also saw R. Kelly, you know, get with all her friends. She would bring her friends to have. I was like, damn, girl. I was like, I don't know, like, you know, they get so caught up. And, you know, she said, I wish R. Kelly was this person to me. I wish R. Kelly was that person to me. I wanted to call R. Kelly. I missed R. Kelly. I was like, damn. This is how your mind is messed up, that he had her go get other girls and other young people that R. Kelly can take advantage of. And at the same damn time, while she's pressing a lawsuit against him because she ended up becoming pregnant, and R. Kelly said, the baby ain't mine. And she said, yes, it is. And I was just like, damn. And so she was just like, I reached out to R. Kelly and I called them. And she was like, basically, you know, she identified with her abuser too as well, because she didn't have a stable home life or home environment, because she was running the streets like crazy, and she would spend weeks and weeks and weeks with R. Kelly, and the mom didn't even care. Nobody even cared. Hey, Chef Disaster. I don't get it. That is insane. How you gonna sue and you're part of the problem? It's just that I believe, you know, she was a minor back then when the situation happened, and she was recruiting girls for R. Kelly. And then, you know, he recruited, then she said, you know, the information came out with the videotape, and then she was like, oh my God. And then after that, no girls could come around. And so she started to be R. Kelly's main girl. And she was happy that Aaliyah came around because Aaliyah could take her spot and she didn't have to be with R. Kelly anymore. And she said she wasn't attracted to R. Kelly. She didn't like him. She didn't like this and that. But then, you know, she said she wanted to reach out to him because he protected her. He gave her a place to stay. The same way the guy ruled, got R. Kelly by giving him toys and gifts and stuff like that, and then molesting R. Kelly and then paying the mother money. This is the same way R. Kelly did to his first victim when she came up to sue. Hey, Chef Disaster, thank you so much. Peep Squad is in the building. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Happy New Year's. And check out Chef Disaster YouTube channel. Check out Mike Carter. Let me see who else is in here. Got a YouTube channel. And Tony, check out Tony's YouTube channel. I forgot to even mention that, Tony, earlier. Tony, check out Tony's skits, live stream 2.0. Check out his YouTube channel. And so, you know, with her situation, she was like so happy that Aaliyah came along because she didn't want to be the main girl anymore, because she was the main girl because everybody was getting kind of worried and suspicious of R. Kelly. And basically it was like, you need to calm down with all these young girls around. So that means his road manager, his crew manager, his, you know, people that work for him in the record label, they knew that he was having so many young girls around, and now the heat is coming. So you know what? You got to tone it down. And so he just had her, and then Aaliyah came into the picture, and you know, and Miss Cunningham, basically, she recruited girls for R. Kelly, and she was taken advantage of too. And her mother and her father, they were nowhere around. Their parents were MIA. And this is Aaliyah's uncle, the light-skinned dude with the red bottom hat. He basically introduced, you know, Aaliyah and R. Kelly. It's alleged that he owns R. Kelly Masters, and basically the reason why R. Kelly didn't get sued by Aaliyah when he actually married her when she was, you know, a young girl. She was 15. I believe she was 15. I think she was 14. I think Aaliyah was 14. He introduced, you know, Aaliyah to R. Kelly, and he worked with R. Kelly. He knew everything R. Kelly was doing, and a lot of people think that it was a setup with R. Kelly and him, basically because he wanted to get some money out of R. Kelly, because he's around real OG sharks too as well, that, you know what, you know, people don't value their young girls. They don't value, you know, females. They don't value the women. They don't value, they're not there to protect. You know, because why would you even introduce your niece to R. Kelly when you knew what was going on, and everybody that is in the same room with you knew what was going on, and you knew it because you seen it. But you're going to bring Aaliyah on. So Aaliyah and Tiffany, which is R. Kelly's first accuser, they did music together. You know, she sung vocals for Aaliyah and everything. They end up becoming, you know, very close friends. Blase and a third. And she was just happy that she married R. Kelly. But, you know, Tiffany never got her shot. So Tiffany got pregnant. And Tiffany, you know, basically went to a law firm. She went to a law firm, and the lady basically settled the case for $250,000, but $250,000. You know, Tiffany Hawkins, the first accuser, she settled the case for $250,000. The state didn't want to bring charges against R. Kelly because they didn't believe that they had enough evidence, and Tiffany Hawkins alleged that she had Aaliyah, you know, to be a witness. She had, you know, Johanna, or whatever her name is, and then also Jovante to actually be, you know, a witness. But basically the state's attorney didn't want to bring charges. And then we have Jimmy. Jimmy used to work for Jive Records, and basically he was told that R. Kelly got caught up in some shit and there's a sex tape out here, so please go get the sex tape. So the record label send, you know, him out here, send Jimmy out here to go, you know, find the sex tapes off the streets, because, you know, they were selling them on bootlegs. And then we got Susan. Susan was actually Tiffany Hawkins' lawyer that settled the case for $250,000. And then on top of that, she allegedly handled multiple other cases against R. Kelly. So once she got in the door with, you know, Tiffany Hawkins as her attorney, she ended up just kind of like working with R. Kelly. Basically, somebody would bring up an assault or a case against R. Kelly. She would settle it out. And basically, she worked privately, quietly. And, you know, Tiffany Hawkins went to the wrong attorney that didn't care, just wanted the money. And of course she just wanted the money because she get a third of what Tiffany Hawkins got and whoever. And then these young ladies were children, and then there was adults, you know, when they got their settlements, but their parents and their family didn't know nothing about money. They didn't know nothing about law. They didn't know $250,000 ain't shit. Like, you can't live the rest of your life off that too as well, especially if you don't know how to invest, especially if you don't know nothing about stocks, bonds, or anything else like that. You just from the hood and you've been poor all your life. So somebody say 250 and I'm going to get a third of it. Of course you're going to settle the case and keep it moving thinking you're rich. Before you know it, the money's gone. Especially if you don't have the mindset, and you already know they don't have the mindset, because their children would not be chilling with R. Kelly. Their children would not be chilling with R. Kelly. So she made buku money off of R. Kelly and his settlements. It's a terrible... I mean, look at all these people making this money. And so this dude, Jimmy, you know, he used to work for Jive or whatever the case was. And so basically he was told to go on the street and go get the sex tapes. And like, how you going to make them disappear? The sex tapes were here. I'm in Rhode Island. His sex tapes was here on the corner. So the record label, they knew what was going on. They tried to send him out on the street to buy the tapes. And he said he felt like he was running the streets again. He felt like he was hustling. And he should be ashamed of himself for even sitting here saying that he was complicit in this shit, because he wanted to keep his job and keep his money, and that's it. Now you're sitting here on Lifetime telling the story that you are sorry son of a gun, you and the rest of the people that was complicit in R. Kelly getting away with what he did. So come on, this is crazy. These supposed to be protectors, baby. What's going on? Don't let me get started. Say 30 years later, Miss Laker. Everybody had their hand in the pot, Miss Laker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got him, and so he says he got the nerve and he confronted R. Kelly, and R. Kelly told him that it wasn't me in the sex tape, it was my brother, and he believed him. And he said, you know, he manipulated me. I was like, Lord have mercy. Lord help us all. And this lady, she done got buku money. She's probably retired, got 3 or 5 yachts off of R. Kelly, and the record label cutting her the check to basically settle these cases. I bet she went ambulance chasing for R. Kelly victims. I know she did, and she sold all the victims up the river. It's just so crazy. This is Tiffany Hawkins in 1991, a child out here doing all this stuff with R. Kelly, recruiting girls. And where was her mother? And, you know, Aaliyah, 1993, marrying R. Kelly. And that was the red flag. I don't know why Aaliyah parents didn't do nothing about it. I don't know why they just did an NDA, because you know why? They didn't want to destroy her career, number one. Then number two, they didn't want, you know, her career to be over or basically taint her name. So they was thinking about the money. You know, they could have stopped it too, because it looks like Aaliyah parents, you know, was a little bit smarter. But allegedly her uncle that we just showed you the slide of is actually got R. Kelly's masters or whatever the case is. But he married your daughter. He was doing stuff with your daughter. And just to have a career in music, you know what? She could have been a nurse. She could have been a doctor. She could have been a real estate agent. You know, you guys could have did something else. You could have stopped R. Kelly. You know? Could have stopped him. But the money, the fame, and the fortune, having a nice car, having a nice house, buying jewelry, having diamonds and gold, and say I'm famous and get the red carpet treatment was more important than the value of your children's mental and the value of their safety, and the value of getting a predator off the street was not value at all. The money was the value. Like, damn, like, how do people have children and be the way that they are? And then we have this dude. He was an engineer for R. Kelly. And, you know, basically he said he seen Sparkle niece. He had to testify because he was like, when he seen the videotape, he was like, yo, that's R. Kelly and that's the girl that lives in the garage. So basically this is R. Kelly's engineer. His name is Jimmy. And Jimmy was the engineer his name is the same name as the other guy, Jim, but he was the engineer for RKelly. And then on top of that, he knew that there were two girls living in the garage, and one of them was Sparkle's niece, and he knew it, and he was just like, I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see nothing going on. See no evil, hear no evil. Basically, he was just like, I don't know. He was like, and then, he told this story that RKelly and him, they used to always watch, they used to watch, what's his name, show all the time. And basically, he did the skit. I was just like, OMG, I can't believe that came on. Like, how do you not know that something wrong with these girls that look underage, he said, and living in RKelly's, garage? Like, how did people justify this? How did they think that this was okay? Oh, I didn't see nothing going on, but you see a bunch of little girls all the time. And you don't think nothing of it? Like, you think that this is okay? You think that it's all good? Like, it just amazed me how people close a blind eye just for money. Just for money. Just for money, and just to keep their job. Like, damn, you can get another job. You can get another job. You can do something else different. Like, come on. It made no sense at all. I was just like, damn. These people just sat here and just watched all this shit go down. Didn't even say a word as long as they was getting their check. I was just like, damn. Like, how do you even sleep with yourself? Like, how do you get the audacity to even get on this camera and say the shit that you say? I was just like, Like, wow. Like, for real? I just it's just so shocking that these people have the nerve to get on TV and act like they didn't do anything wrong. Act like nothing happened. Like, shit. You gotta be kidding me. And so when when his first trial was supposed to go down in 2002, you had Tracy Sampson. She filed charges against RKelly, but that was settled. And they brushed that under the rug. You got Patrice Jones. She had allegations against RKelly, but somehow that got thrown out. And it's just like everything that went down just got thrown out. That happened before even, they didn't even, what's her name, Tiffany Hawkins, nothing went on with her situation at all, because she settled and everything. So there was actually like 4 cases against him, but only one came out. Only one came out. Like, damn. I mean, like, he really got the help. I mean, somebody came through for him, and it was just it. Then on top of that, when they went to go arrest him, they went to Florida, and they found all the porn tapes, and then that got thrown out of court. Like, he had people working on his side that wanted to protect him because he was a commodity back then. And this is, RKelly's brother basically said in 2006 that they wanted him, RKelly wanted him to say that he was actually the one in the tape. And he was like, hell no, I ain't gonna do that. Hell no, I ain't gonna say that shit at all. They all need to be charged. Yes, Miss Laker, for real. Hey, Black Girl Magic, how you doing? What's going on, Tony? Those people are awful and need their ass beat. You know it. Black Girl Magic, Dane was too damn old for Aaliyah also. You know he was. He was like, she taught me how to love. He was with Aaliyah because of status. And so RKelly's brother basically said RKelly wanted him to take the blame for it in the tape. So he was like, nah, I ain't taking the blame for it. That wasn't me. And then he also found another tape of RKelly with Caucasian girls, and he took it back to Chicago, and then he destroyed the tape because he told RKelly, you messing with black girls, but you messing with Caucasian girls, you're going to be under the jail. And so RKelly broke the tape, so he was complicit too as well. Even though Carey was molested too as well, he had a hard life just like RKelly growing up in that house, mama selling your brother for $5,000, it's nothing lightly to look at. But he was complicit too as well. And it's just like, damn. And basically they're saying RKelly got off on the first trial because he paid $2 million to prevent Sparkle's niece from testifying. Then on top of that, he had 8 lawyers, and he was paying them like $800 an hour. He had money at that time. He had support. And then we have his brother Bruce at the end of part 2 of Surviving R. Kelly. You know, he's talking about that, oh, the girls knew what was going on. They knew that they were being recorded. They knew that. And then on top of that, he says that R. Kelly recorded him. Hey, Ball Life, what's going on? How you doing? Check out Ball Life Channel 2 as well. So you have R. Kelly's older brother, Bruce, basically saying that, oh, the girls are lying. You know, they knew what was going on. They knew that he was video recorded. And then he had the nerve to turn around and say, R. Kelly recorded him without his permission, and he was upset because R. Kelly was calling him dumb-faced. So basically, Bruce was involved with 2 women. R. Kelly recorded without his knowledge, and he said that, but he didn't know it. So how did the women know? Like, double talking. You know, he got to protect his brother because he knows what his brother's all about. Like, he said his brother can't deal with this type of situation. He watched R. Kelly grow up, and R. Kelly had a disability. R. Kelly was molested from the age of 8 to 14. He was very timid, and he was scared of people. And basically having it all to having nothing right now, R. Kelly is in a very, very fetal type of position, in a fetal state of mind, because he hide behind his music, and he can't hide behind the music no more. There's no more songs that gonna be written or anything else like that right now. I was like, damn. And so, like, the brother, he's defending R. Kelly. Then at the same time, you know, he said he recorded me without my permission. So, duh. I'm glad you're doing great. Happy New Year's to you too. Oh, that's good news, Ball Life. Yeah, I seen the ads on your video. Miss Lakers, Aaliyah parents consciously had to be eating them alive because the only thing they because not only did she die early death, so she really didn't even get to finish her career. You sold her out for what? Let someone abuse her, you know? Just to get that money. Yeah, Bruce was playing both sides. You know he was. Thank you. Thank you, Black Girl Magic. He was playing both sides. Bruce, he's hoping R. Kelly gonna give him $1. R. Kelly ain't got $1, baby. He ain't got $1 to give you. Oh, Lord. He was playing both sides. He was. 1 minute he was against R. Kelly, and the next minute he was for R. Kelly. But, you know, he's been in prison for a long time. I forgot what he's in prison for. But when the first documentary came out, he was still in prison. Is he still in prison? I gotta go check that out and see if he's still locked up. But yeah, R. Kelly family, Aaliyah's family could have really did something. Everybody could have did something. That's the sad thing. But that's your daughter. That's your flesh and blood. That's who you gave birth to. You think Aaliyah was okay? You think she was all right? Oh yeah, this man that molested her, only she has to keep quiet, sign the NDA, like the first victim, Miss Tiffany Hawkins, signed the first non-disclosure agreement. And basically, just for fame and fortune, they continue, because the parents were the adult. They could have helped her. They could have did something. But Damon Dash said that Aaliyah didn't want to press charges. She just wanted to all go away because everybody was depending on her and wanted her to succeed and be successful in music, where they can ride her coattails, live good, live easy too as well, and say that, oh, that's my daughter Aaliyah, that's my sister Aaliyah, that's my niece Aaliyah. But basically they didn't protect her, and the most important part was protect her and say no man should ever abuse you or do this to you or marry you or anything else like that. I don't care. Money is only an object. You are a human being. You are a person with feelings. You have a soul, and they didn't have no soul for none of their kids. And part 1 and part 2, the people that I'm talking about, I got to get to part 3 and 4. But this was some bullshit, man. I was mad. I wanted to jump through the screen. I was like, I can't believe you people sitting here on TV telling us that you watched all this stuff go down. And, oh, somebody should have said something. No, you should have said something. No, you should have said something. Like, I can't believe that these people, I can't believe it. But how you gonna sell? How you gonna sell? I don't know what's going on, Mike. I don't know I don't even know what's going on. Mike Carter, what are you, the ranch police? What's going on? What's going on, Mike Carter? You the wrench police? You the wrench police? What's good? I don't know what happened to Ball Life. Wrench. The wrench police. Monitoring who's a mod or who's not a mod. What's going on, Mud Carter? What you doing out here in these streets? So, we got this situation with Aaliyah, and her parents should have did something. They should have said something. But I don't know what happened. Mike Carter's the police. Listen, we get yellow passes in the hallway, Mike Carter. If they get a green pass, then they okay. If they get a blue pass, then send them up the street. Goodness, rich police. Lord have mercy. Lord help me, Jesus. So, getting to, the Aaliyah situation, they could have really did a difference. They could have really changed something. Tony. I'm in the midst of trying to focus on my shit. And I see, where your rich at? Oh, Lord have mercy. What's going on? So, getting back to the situation, this was really sad when it came to Aaliyah, and just because her parents were visuals and they was there in her life too as well, that her career was worth more than them saying anything or stepping up and doing the right thing. But I guess to them the right thing was I guess they didn't want to make a spectacle out of their daughter. It wouldn't have been a spectacle, but RKelly was big, he was huge, and I guess they didn't want Aaliyah to get blackballed, but they could have stopped him dead in the tracks because he married her. You know what I'm saying? He married her. So it's just that's all the evidence and the proof that you need, and everybody knew what was going on. But like I said, they said that Aaliyah's uncle ended up getting the wrench. End up getting RKelly's masters. So that was just a crazy situation. And Bruce, Lord have mercy, Bruce done been through some shit. Bruce is a con artist too, though. And Carey, basically he's talking about, I ain't never been in no videotape because I haven't been around RKelly for this many years. And, he never got help either, too, as well. He went against RKelly, but, before, having a diss track against him, too, as well. But now, he's kind of basically... And not too much saying that he has his brother's back, but not really. He knows it was wrong and things did go on, but it's still his brother and he got a paycheck. I don't know if, I guess Lifetime paid them. He got a paycheck off the situation. It is what it is. And then you got Miss Carter, her last, she's the last of the documentary, and basically she was RKelly's hairdresser. She would braid his hair up when we would see him in the videos with his hair braided up and everything. It was just crazy. And basically she said RKelly did some crazy things to her that was very, very, very terrible. And, she was told to sue RKelly because at first she tried to file criminal charges against him. People mistreated her. People made fun of her. And basically she was a defender of RKelly until he turned around and he did her in. Thank you for the updates. No problem. So he always, so she RKelly did her dirty, real dirty, boy. But she was 24 at the time when she met RKelly. Even though, some of these ladies, she's 24, she's still young. You still have a whole lot to learn. RKelly knew way more and been around the block 1,000 times. And he knew how to deal with women too as well, because he was abused. He was attacked too as well. And no one defended him. No one came to his aid. So therefore, when he met up with these women, he knew exactly how they felt. He knew what they were going through. He knew what they wanted. He knew what they needed, because he was poor one time. He didn't have anything, and he can't read, he can't write. At one point in time, people were saying that, but he's able to put music together some way or another. And, since he was abused and the things that happened to him, so he knows how the victim feels. And so now that made him an even greater predator, because now that he understands how to get a victim, how to treat a victim, and then at the end of being with the victim, what he can do, to leave all parties satisfied is by basically giving him some money, just like his mother took that $5,000 when he was molested. So, you know, he's very conflicted because he knows he's hurting these women because he was hurt, but now he became a huge, you know, huge ego, huge monster, like his brother Bruce described, that Kells took on a whole different persona and personality. You know, Kelly was a different man. You know, the singer Kelly was like a vicious man, this and that. Regular Kelly is this. It's like he took on a whole persona to hide his own shame, his own abuse, and his own neglect. So when he see these women that has these problems, he can see it through them because he was there at one point in time. Like how he can't read, I know. Lord have mercy. And this situation is just crazy. I just don't know how people can sell their kids, how they can just close a blind eye to everything. How can they just do that? It just doesn't make sense, because you can go out there, you can get your own money, you can work. Why take the easy route? You know, they could have stopped this man a long time ago. They could have stopped him in 1996. They could have stopped him in 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. They could have been stopped him, but they let it go because he sings. Yes, he has a beautiful voice. Yes, he writes beautiful songs. But when you're supposed to protect your child. When you have children, you know, they are your world. You are supposed to protect them until, you know, you release them, you know. And it's just like they didn't protect their children at all. And it was sad. It was just sad. Me too. Well, that's what they say. And then, you know, they be reporting like his letters that he write to his girlfriends and stuff like that, and they be cracking on his letters because they end up getting his Kelly's letters, and you know, they let down the whole community. Let everybody talk about it was a joke. They knew what was going on with Kelly. You know, Sparkle's niece, her parents allowed her to be with Kelly. He brought her cars. He was living at her house and everything. And they all knew what he was doing because he's never been without women. He's always been surrounded with young girls. And they knew how he treated them. Once that sex tape came up, everybody knew what was going on. The record label was out there trying to get the sex tapes off the streets. That was low down, that was dirty, and that was rotten. Basically trying to clear up Kelly. They funded him. They paid off the people that accused Kelly of what he was doing. They settled with them, and then they end up getting that rotten attorney that I showed you her picture, that she ended up being like the say-to lady in Chicago, the say-to lawyer in Chicago, where his victims would go to her. Like when things would go wrong, they would go to her and get a little settlement, $250,000. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing. And then none of these girls got a career. Only person that got a career was Aaliyah. Yep. Do something like them parents, like, I mean, but if you go back and the impoverishment, being very impoverished, not having any money, not having nothing, not having no prospects, not having anything, and you see Kells come around and he's in his, you know, foreign cause and he's dropping money, this and that, and he's this legend, you know, the parents was just like, this is our shot. They felt like it was a lottery ticket. That's what counted. Oh, this is what my child's here before. Your child's not here to provide for you. You are here to provide for your children, baby. You should be providing for your children. But, you know, then you have people with lack of education, and violent neighborhoods, and just drugs and everything going on. And then the parents probably was abused too. And they probably was sold up the river, because you have to sell your children and close a blind eye to what's going on with your daughters and what's happening. Something had to happen to you to think that this shit is okay. It's just sad. Cahoon, hey, what's up? What's going on? It's just sad. It's just a damn shame. And it's just, and from the teachers to the police that was at the school, to the teachers, to his bandmates, to the, people that on the tour bus, the tour guide, the tour, the engineers, his promoters, they all was down in it, and they all should be locked up, every single one of them. You know what, they should all be locked up. And then the parents need to go around and do lessons and teach people how not to be an unfit parent and care for your children. But you have a lot of people that got mental illness that have children. So some of these girls got parents with mental illness. Some of these girls, like Miss Tiffany Hawkins, her mother was, out here getting abused and all types of stuff. And Jovante, her mother didn't give two shits about her at all. Like, they were just running around in the 90s, like, just doing. I had to be in the house when the street lights came on, baby. Like, I was in the house before In Living Color came on. I had to be in the house, baby. Like, there's no running the streets. I ain't rich. We ain't got money like that. But there's some shit that I have parents that will protect me from the bullshit. And this was so messed up because these kids was robbed. Just like R. Kelly was robbed. His parents to protect him. And that keeps on the cycle, and the cycle keeps continuing going. And right now the cycle has stopped with R. Kelly doing this anymore. But these people to sit here and get on camera and talk about, oh, I know this was going on, I just seen him with a bunch of young girls, he was always with some young girls, there was young girls here, there was young girls there was, and what the freak was you doing? Like, why are you telling us this shit? You should have been handling business. You guys were old in R. Kelly. You're supposed to be strong black man in the community. You sitting there thinking it's all good. Oh, he with young girls. Oh, let me get a drink. Like, come on. For money? Like, damn, man. Go rob a bank or something. Like, people, your children should be number one. Your children should be number one, for real, for real. And it was just a sad situation. Did they show that No Good Michelle, the mother Dominique? I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to see it. Cause that's part 3 and part 4 I have to see. Cause all I want to know is who gave him the cut out mask and charged them for that crime too. For real. It was so crazy. It was so crazy what was going on, for real, for real. I'm just like, damn, so I gotta watch through, and his hairdresser is the last one, and Miss Carter, boy, her story is just horrendous. Like, she had no self-esteem, she felt ugly, she felt this, her family didn't listen to her, they didn't talk to her, they didn't do anything to her, they didn't want to talk to her, they felt like she was Dumbo, and everything else like that. This is her right here. They felt like she was Dumbo. They didn't like anything about her. They didn't let her finish her conversations. But as soon as she became R. Kelly's hair braider, they praised her. She got to finish her conversation. She was somebody. That's just so crazy. And these are the same people that said R. Kelly is bad. And what R. Kelly did to her, even though she was 24 years old, no woman and nobody should be going through no shit like that. But, she was warned, but she was 24. You know how many mistakes did you make when you was 24? People act like, there's some people that are 24 that have the mind, of the world, that can understand so much and just so knowledgeable and so intelligent and can read through things. I mean, they have so much insight, and, but they were nourished too as well with knowledge and also to obtain knowledge. She wasn't. And she thought that she said all she wanted to do in her life was be a hair braider. She didn't have any desire to be nothing else, and she became R. Kelly's hair braider. And and everybody looked up to her, everybody loved her. I refuse to give Lifetime my view. Hashtag money grab. I know that's right. Shit. You know where I got this from, baby. I was like, this lady, and like when you hear the woman and their story, you know of it. They were very impoverished, and they didn't learn anything, and they wasn't taught anything. They were just taught survival. So and I believe some of the girls thought it was okay because their mothers and their fathers didn't have to worry about giving them food and putting clothes on their back, because at one point in time R. Kelly was doing it, had to worry about feeding them. And it's just sad. And then they're not even knowing that R. Kelly's doing this to me, like, Tiffany Hawkins and the other one, just thinking it's okay to bring other girls. Jovante just bringing other girls to R. Kelly, but they were minors too. But then for them to not think that that was wrong, something was wrong with that situation, and, you know, not having anybody to go speak to about it, and thinking it was okay. And then they talked about all the things that they seen in R. Kelly's studio. R. Kelly let his childhood define who he is today. He sure did. He needed some help. He never got no help. He never got no help. And that was the problem. Hey, Stockton. I didn't even see you. What's going on? How you doing? It's just a sad situation. So we got part 3 and part 4. I know it's gonna be even more crazy. I'm waiting for Dame Dash to bring Jay-Z up in this, because I know he wants to bring up Jay-Z. But anytime Dame Dash can talk about Aaliyah, you know he's here for it. And I'm surprised that Dame Dash is even on Lifetime, because, you know, he's usually against the power that be. Stockton, what's up? I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. I was getting, you know, emotional a little bit. I was getting pissed off because these people had the nerve to sit here and say they didn't know what was going on. Oh, I didn't see nothing. You seen everything. R. Kelly didn't hide that shit, because you guys were his servants. You guys were his slaves. You guys were his peasants. And he knew money can buy anything. Money can buy silence, because his mother taught him that when he was a child. When she took that $5,000, Cahoon, Damon heard him for cash. Oh, Lord. Oh, Damon Dash is a mess. Lord have mercy. I mean, something's going on with Damon Dash. He used to smile. He used to be happy. He just seemed like he's just so mad and so miserable. A lot of people are thinking that, you know, people are trying to set him up and stuff like that. But he used to smile. He used to be he used to be joyful. He just seemed like he's just always on go. Everybody's out to get him. And, you know, but you don't see him crack a smile anymore, actually like joke or have fun. Usually when he do interviews and talk, you know, you can get something out of it. Oh, look at Dame, blah, 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 Dame. Now it just seems like he's on a whole nother path. But I know he's going through a lot. All them lawsuits and cases he got to go through, baby, there's a whole lot. He never smiles no more. He used to smile. Dame became the snitch that he hates. Oh, Lord. Black magic. Yes, sir. Because you know how Dame is. That's why everybody's like, Dame is on this? He's on this? I was like, yo. I know Dame Dash going to Nick's Cannon, you know, show is one thing, but him to be on Lifetime, because usually he's against the powers that be trying to bring down people, or culture vultures, or people that are using people, because you know what, these girls didn't get much money. None of these people is gonna get, that did this interview, is gonna get any money. They're gonna get harassed. People gonna make fun of them. People gonna do this and do that or whatever. But Lifetime is gonna walk away with millions of millions and millions and millions of dollars. Mary, you are saying what all of us are thinking. They ain't getting shit, son. They ain't getting no money from this. That's why R. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, was out here complaining that, you know, that documentary, this, she don't mess with Lifetime no more, this and that. They didn't pay her this, they paid her peanuts or whatever, and they made millions of dollars. A sucker every day, man. I mean, Andrea Kelly, you done went through all this shit with R. Kelly, watch him do all this stuff, been through all that other stuff, and you gonna let Lifetime come and pimp you out? Andrea Kelly, you should have known better. You should have did your own docu-series and contacted these ladies yourself and talked to them. You should have got Deb, because you and Deb are friends. Go get Waka Flocka's mother, put the shit together, do what you need to do, and boom, all that money would have been in your pocket. Or you could have you know, you already bring your kids in the situation. You could have did the docu-series on you and your kids surviving, living with R. Kelly, or something like that. You don't let Lifetime pimp you out and take your money and your story. For real. It's a damn shame. My Lord have mercy, please. This is just, I'm just like, look at these men, look at these women acting like it's okay. And then what, Jen and Susie and a document, you know, where are they at? And they talking cash money shit. Where are they? These ladies at? I don't know where Jen and Susie are at. That's this guy. She just kept himself somewhere else. I mean, this is the teacher that knew what was going on and let it happen. I don't know where Jen and Lindsey are at. Where's Jen and Lindsey? They're out here. They're riding it. They're jumping off the porch and riding for RKelly. Where are they? With Jen. This is Susan, the lawyer that made bank in the 90s and the early 2000s off of all of RKelly settlements, allegedly settling for $250 and getting a third of that. You know what I mean? And keeping it on the low. Where is the other ones at? I can't find these ladies. Where are they? I don't even know where they at. I mean, because they was going hard for RKelly. There go Dame. Dame just looks like he's just, incomplete. Okay, here she goes. This is Lindsey. Lindsey's out here rolling for RKelly. Oh my God, RKelly didn't do this. RKelly didn't do that. I ain't never seen nothing wrong. Saying all these ladies are lying. Lindsey's out here. These ladies are lying. I worked with RKelly from 99 to 2000 and something, 2007, and I never seen him do nothing wrong. I brought my sister on. You was getting money. You was getting banged, and you didn't care because the girls were black, whatever the case is. Then on top of that, you was getting paid because you know damn well you would not let your daughter chill with RKelly or not. Basically, I was like, these ladies are too much. I mean, she was on here caping. And yes, there are some ladies that wanted something from RKelly, but right now, we're talking about the ladies. These are the ladies that happened in the 90s. Like, damn. Where's Jen at? Jen was out here caping too. Where's Jen? I don't know where you at, Jen. Out here caping. That looks like Jen. I mean, just out here caping for RKelly. Oh my God. Yeah, you wouldn't let your kids be with RKelly, point blank, period. Out here caping. Talking about, oh my goodness. And these, the people that are reporters that had nothing to do with it, but the people that worked with RKelly, worked for the record label, worked on his tour, his engineer, and all this other stuff, you guys knew what was going on. And you were wrong and you're low down and dirty for that. Yeah, he's behind bars, but you guys should be joining him too as well. You motherfuckers need to be co-defendants. It is what it is. They did not care at all, stalking, not whatever. Ain't nobody know of views for Surviving 2. Hope it flops. I think it might. I don't know the views. I think it might because the way that they dropped it all. And it might. Because you know what? People are doing a better job investigating RKelly than Lifetime is. For real. And Andrea Kelly, she was out here. Jen and Lindsey are dumb and stupid. I know, Tony. They were out here talking, he didn't do nothing. Oh, them women that are accusing him right now look like the women that he would talk to. And they just upset because they didn't get nothing out of it. Yeah, they got herpes out of it. Come on, who wants that? Heart. Some will be joining him. I hope they do, Heart. I hope they do. I hope some of these people join him. And I wish they can get the record label and all them people to join him that paid the money. Because RKelly didn't have no bank account, so the record label was holding the money and sending the money out. And they knew what was going on. And they kept promoting him and putting him in different cities and states with the opportunity to get with young girls. They should have had a provision for RKelly when they should have renegotiated his contract after all this other stuff, and they should have made rules that he should not be around anybody under the age of 19, point blank, period. And if he is, there needs to be a police officer escorting the young child, or there needs to be a priest. I don't know. No one can be trusted, really, because when it comes to money, people sell everybody up the road. Sell them up the road. These people have no morals, no values whatsoever. And I'm sorry, Aaliyah, we're going to have to throw your family in there too. A damn shame. Oh, pissed me off so much. I got to watch part 3 and part 4. We're going to talk about this either tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll finish part 3 and part 4. I'm just pissed. I'm pissed like I was when I first reviewed this shit, because it's just so, as everybody to blame. RKelly is definitely to blame, but he could have definitely got some help. But then when people putting him on a pedestal and saying he's this, he's that, and then giving him money, and then him having, being molested and by a man and a woman, you know what I'm saying? That... And then his songs is about sex, because sex is only on his mind, because allegedly he can't read. And then his brothers are saying that he stayed in the house. He didn't want to play with anybody. He was scared. He was timid. So he was in that room with all that emotion and all them visions and all that mental stuff going on about sexuality, about his sexuality, about sex too, what is good, what is bad. And then boom, he put that shit on paper and started making music. And then he basically probably said, I'm never going to be abused again. I'm going to be the abuser. It's so fun having power over somebody, because he knows how he felt when his abusers had power over him. So now he's this person. And then it's okay with his mama. He loved his mama to death. I got videos of RKelly and his mama, on my What's Going On playlist. He loved his mama to death, of course, but his mother was the ultimate person to abuse him and victimize him by taking that $5,000, and then on top of that, not getting her son no help. You don't think your son needs some help? A man did this to him, and he told you. That's the worst, when a victim comes to you and tell you what happened to them, and then you fake like you concerned. You fake, somebody throw some cash dollar bills in your face and it's done. Cahoon. That mother ever can count to 18. Hot mighty damn. If he can't read, you are Cahoon, you are too much. That was a good one. You can't go insane by saluting yourself, isolating yourself, basically putting yourself in seclusion, being in seclusion, yes. And that's what happened, because he was in conclusion. That's why his brother Bruce, and Bruce was the protector, and none of the kids in the neighborhood knew who RKelly was, because he was in the house. He used to get picked on and teased too as well. I mean, like, damn, you talking about drop the ball? The pastor dropped the ball because his mother was in church. They went to church. Like, I knew the pastor, everybody in the you know how that is when everybody in the community know that this guy took advantage of you, and he's still sitting next door. Everybody knows that the neighborhood beat up the guy, but yet he's still walking around, and your family's still sitting there. Come on. I know, Stockton, that was funny. That was funny, for real. He's like, that shit pissed me off, baby. I'm sorry. I see it always. I see the victims. I see their parents. And, they being told, the victims are being told that, oh, RKelly's this, RKelly's that. We need money. They value money and everything so much. They value materialistic things. But when you die, you can't bring shit with you. When you die, you don't even know how your funeral is. You don't know. You could be cremated. You don't know. You can't bring none of that with you. You know what I mean? So, like, why value that some more? Value who you are. And these girls wasn't taught value. That's one thing. They wasn't taught value, because the people that was supposed to teach them value didn't value their self either. And so therefore, you know what? They always taught money would change things. Money would make things better. Money this, money that. Shit. Ask a motherfucker that got money. He's still going through some shit. Well, in the videos, it looked... I wouldn't say she didn't love him, but the thought of being so impoverished and taking that $5,000, and maybe she thought that she can make him feel better. People that are very impoverished, that don't see a lot of money, that don't have a lot, they come from a broke state of mind, that they can't get the money. And then on top of that, there was a lot of racism back then too as well, and a lot of gangs and a lot of drugs out there too. So therefore, she probably thought the $5,000 was a lottery ticket, but she didn't understand the mental capacity. A lot of us know about mental illness and stuff like that. It takes a lot for the Black community to talk about mental illness too as well. Before, you wouldn't even mention it. Now it's more open, but people don't talk about it. Oh, that's the crazy auntie. Oh, that's crazy uncle, or whatever. Or they drink just so they don't hear the voices. You know what I'm saying? So she seeing that money was, I'm still talking shit, you know what I mean, about that, but I can understand too, not having, lights, gas about to be cut off, you know what I'm saying? You can't pay the mortgage or your rent, you're about to get kicked off, and this person's coming with $5,000, she just might take it, but nah, I ain't gonna take it, nigga. We gonna take your house, baby. That's what we gonna move up in your crib before. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just so... And this shit is just way too much. Just way too much. And these people that just have the audacity to get on camera and say the bullshit that they said. Oh, what's his name? Demetrius was like, oh, I knew Tiffany Hawkins was young, but she was out here in the streets. She was always around. She was running around here all the time. That shit still ain't okay. Do you got a daughter, dude? It's sad. Yes, it is. It's just so sad. For real, for real. So we're going to get to part 3 and part 4 either earlier tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever. But yeah, shit's crazy. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, please hit that like bell. It would be greatly appreciated. Please hit the like bell. And please check out the YouTubers and the channels that are content creators. We have Ball Life, we have Mike Carter, and we have Chef Disasters. Please go check out their channels and show them some love, baby. And check out Tony Skits 2.0. He's a gamer. Go check out his channel. He's mad cool. And peace. I'm out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. And thank you guys for being up with me till 3:34 in the morning. Cause after I seen this documentary, I was like, there gotta be somebody out there. I gotta talk to y'all. We gotta talk. We gotta converse about this bullshit. Cause I know I did not see what I just thought I saw on TV. So thank you guys. Thank you, Peep Squad, for being out here. I love it. Love you guys. Thank you, heart. Thank you for coming through. Stockton, bye. Bye. Peace and love, joy and happiness. Okay, I will, Miss Lakers. Thank you so much. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Oh, man. I'm so glad you guys are up. You just don't even know, because I was feeling a certain type of way. And I'm glad I got to hear what you guys had to say. You guys typed it in. Like, I'm glad we on one accord. It ain't nothing like being on one accord with your peoples. For real, for real. For real, for real. Peep Squad is in the building. Peace, blessings, love, joy, and happiness to all my peeps and my peoples.